the cushions got me. The cushions got me. I washed the cover, which has pockets for down feathers, and I had it in front of a heater and a fan, not that close, but close enough to dry it. And now I'm trying to wedge this sucker back in here so that I can put the brown cover on top of this, the final cover. Sunday morning. It's supposed to be about 58 degrees tops today, which is 14.4 Celsius. Brr. I need to go get a brush attachment. Just talked to Brian. He's cool with the chairs. Just wanting to know, so if I need help moving anything or whatever, told him I gotta finish cleaning them up. Going to go get a brush attachment and maybe a big pack of white, they don't have to be expensive, washcloths from Walmart. We talked about what maybe they want or need for Christmas. And he was telling me Ashley wants something that cleans grout really well. And I said, how about a steamer? What? A steamer, handheld steamer. I said, I had one back in Missouri. You can clean windows with it, you can clean grout, you can clean crud. She likes to clean to make herself feel better, like I do sometimes. She's gonna love it. So I think I'll buy her a steamer for Christmas. I know it seems kind of, I guess it'd be less romantic if it was, you know, your partner. Here, honey, have a steamer. Not a Pittsburgh steamer. Or what a stam. What is that? Not a Pittsburgh platter. Oh, God. Look who's walking. He's got little hiking shoes on. He's so cute. Look at that, sweet pea. Well, the brown swivel chair is in the garage. The upper part of the recliner is in the house. And now I get a good close look at this lower part. It looks disgusting. Well, let's see what we can do with it. First of all, I'm going to oil, lubricate, whatever you want to call it, the springs and all that stuff underneath so that they don't rust. It looks like they're starting to, but it's an older chair and it's probably been sitting on their patio. It generally does not rain and stuff around here, so it was just sitting out. First I'll do that and I'll clean it, and before it goes in the house, before it even goes into the garage part, I'm going to inundate it with bug crap. Zevo, Z-E-V-O. I took WD-40 to the springs and all the metal down below to try to keep it from corroding and maybe keep it moving a little bit, and spraying this. Probably going to give it the first wash down now, let it sit overnight. Depending on tomorrow or Tuesday, one of those days I'll finish it up. What's that, Deb? I heard you. I'm going to do half of it, so you'll see how dirty it is. I'm going to stop for the night after doing half of it and finish some other time. Okay, gonna do that. Put it aside, go in and do inside stuff. Yuck. Okay, I'm ciphering how much wood I'm going to need, how much I have. And I need 3 more boards to make the platforms. No matter what furniture I would have, I still put it up because I'm too tall and it's hard to get out of chairs. So, I'll need 3 different boards, and then I can start working on the platforms and continue cleaning the tops till they're all dry and the platforms will be built, and we'll go from there. More wood? God, how much do you need, woman? I need wood, baby. Ha ha ha. Wow. That's really something. Look how nasty and grungy and icky it looks over here on this side. And it doesn't look too bad over on this side over here. All that elbow grease paid off. Well, that and the drill with a scrubby thing on the end. Gonna try finishing this, letting it sit in the sun while I make the bases today. That's what all that lumber's for. I'm so tall, I have to put my furniture up on platforms. You'll see. Yeah, it's gross looking. It's ugly looking, and it's probably still dirty. I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. I'm going to make a seat cover to put all over the whole chair anyway, because the color is not the coolest. I might be able to get some kind of an extractor or take it someplace where someone can really clean it. And then I'll probably really be disgusted that I sat on something that was this dirty. It just looks really bad. The workstation with the Max Raabe Orkestra playing in the background is a crooner of 20s and 30s music. He's German, and I don't know why, I love it. The lumber's come out, and so are my friends. They're gonna help me, aren't you? You gonna help me, Iris? You helping me? Yeah. And her happy tail. I'm gonna try to lay out these patterns, cardboard patterns of the bottom of the 2 chairs. And I've got my squares. It's drying slowly but surely. In the creases, it's still wet like. It's going to have to dry at least overnight, at least. I measured it to be able to fit some kind of cover over it. A makeshift cover from the thing that's covering my makeshift couch now will be made into a cover for this. This chair is nice, but the color, I don't care for it, period. Clean or dirty, I don't like that color. So, eventually, who knows? I know Kohl's, K-O-H-L, is a store. Kohl's has chair recliner covers, stretchy ones, you know, so it looks like a cheap person's house. Anyway, they do have those for $35. I may end up resorting to that if what I'm doing doesn't work. In the meanwhile, during the meanwhilest, as Graham Chapman said once, I have my lumber marked up for the platforms where I'm going to cut, put them together and all that stuff. Then I'll sand them down and paint them. I have a color that's about the same color as this house, kind of a beige. I found it in the Oops pile at the hardware store. You know, people get paint and they mix it up, you know, and then they open it up and say, "What do you think?" And the people go, "I don't like it." So they put it in the Oops pile and sell it for less. So that's something you can do if you do stuff on your own. You're painting the inside of a cabinet or a closet or whatever. Go to the hardware store and look for the Oops paint. Sometimes it'll be a little tiny container, just enough for what you need. Or if you're going to redo your bathroom or something, you may want to do one wall. Who knows? Okay, now I've got the ancient jigsaw plugged in, and I'm gonna cut all this stuff up now. Nearly 4 o'clock, and in about 40 more minutes the sun's going to go down around here because we're in the foothills of the mountains and stuff. So I don't have much time. I'm going to try to put the platforms together as much as I can. I may end up having to finish that tomorrow. This chair I washed up today has to sit and dry overnight. So tomorrow I just have a dentist appointment at 11:45, and then I will come and finish all of this, switch out my room hopefully, and have my new digs. We'll see what happens. Not sure what happened. I was going in and out, and the phone wasn't playing music, so I looked at it, I picked it up, and it won't even come on. So hopefully it just ran out of juice. I have it in the house plugged up, or plugged in. That's it. Yes. I hope it's okay. I've been listening to music all day, so that's probably what did it. This newfangled phones and stuff, I don't know much about. So I was having fun listening to that. Now I have to hum. Anybody want to screw? Time to screw, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. This is the screw I'm going to use. And I looked for a drill bit that I put in front of the screw, and I could see those little ridges on the screw, so I know it's about the right size to make through these holes. And then I got a large one because I want these to sink down in a little bit. I can always putty them or just leave them, but they won't stick out that way. So here goes. I'm clamping them together so I can do 2 at one time, because these are the same. This will be, what is this? Front and back. No, side pieces. And the front and back are going to be the same size, 25 inches long, as the studs that make it sturdy on the inside of the box. This is the sides of the box. This will be like the front. And then they'll have studs in between there. Getting chilly out here. Gonna be dark pretty soon. I drilled some holes in there all along, and now on the other side, this part that will be outside, I'm gonna drill a little bit of a divot. I don't know if you can see that. So that when you screw the screw in, it'll go down in that little well, and it won't stick out. And then I can sand it all when I'm done doing that. Alright, I drove these nails, these curly nails. I drove these screws in so that they would stick out. And now I'm backing them out until the points are barely sticking through the wood. And what I'll end up doing is fitting the frame together, putting these brace parts in between, and knocking into it with my hand or a hammer or whatever to make little dimple holes in the ends of these brace boards. It'll knock a little dimple. And then since it's an end of a board, I will take a thin drill bit, the thinner one, and drill holes in there so that when I screw them all together that it won't check. In other words, it won't crack. And it's a thick enough piece of wood, it shouldn't, but it could warp or, you know, be weird. So, this side, and I'm going to do that same to this one, and then try to put it together. And I hope I can show you. I started putting it together, but it's getting windy and cold out here. And going to be dark soon, and I don't have a way of doing it in a warm lit environment. There's no electric outlets in the garage. Unless I run a long extension cord. But I'm cold. Oh, yes. This is Samuel Adams Oktoberfest lager. It's like a special deal. They only make it once a year or something. I only have 5 bottles left out of a whole thing that I bought back in September. I know, some of you people could drink a whole lot of it. Some hardly ever touch it. I don't drink very much. Oh, yeah. Whew, I'm chilled. Well, what am I going to do now? It's 5 o'clock and it's already dark outside. And I have supper I just warmed up. There's a whole lot of vegetables, baked vegetables, plus some meat thrown in there. Gonna tinker around on the laptop. Apparently, I don't know what I did to the battery, but it's 0%. I have it plugged in. I don't know if anything will come of it or not. I hope it charges up again. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to go to the phone place and say, what do we do? I don't know. I really don't. Kitty cat, where are you, bud? He's around here somewhere. I have straightening up in here, obviously. When I'm in a project or doing a project, it always gets messier than heck. And then I can straighten it up. Well, I have a bunch of laundry to do and sheets. My ear canals, they swell up so that you can hardly put anything, even in your finger or Q-tip or anything in there. And then they itch. I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm going to have to sort out the medical stuff so I can go to the doctor and say, what's going on? But this one bled on the sheets. So I've got blood spots from my ear canal. I know I wasn't poking around with it. So I don't know what's going on. I guess my brains probably fell out and I find a little pea-sized brain rolling around on the sheets probably. I don't know. Oh, golly. I had one extra board. So I can take that back tomorrow when I go to the dentist to get what it's going to look like before they finish the whole thing tomorrow. And then finish up the bases, paint them, sand them and paint them. And start bringing that in here and these things out. It'll be pretty exciting. Today's Monday. Brian was home today. That's why I could do all this today. Tomorrow, he works, but Ashley's home. And I go to the dentist at 11:45. They asked me if I could come in a little later. And yeah, cool. And then try to finish all this up. Wednesday I watch Baby All Day, and it'll be Whoop Whoop Wednesday, where I will have a joke for you. Brr, I'm going to warm up. I don't think that beer's going to do it. Better start eating my hot stuff. Hot stuff. Boy, all kinds of innuendos in this vlog. Aren't there always? Most people are going, ew. Yeah. The same way I felt looking at that chair this morning when I saw half of it still, ew. Yeah. Upward and onward.